Hello and welcome to the Philippines. Many of you have heard that the TAAL volcano in the Philippines is starting to erupt. The earthquakes have been increasing for a number of weeks, and read about that. And now they have a calamity zone. They have within 14 miles, they have an evacuation zone, danger zone, and within 17 kilometers, I believe, another danger zone, and they will be evacuating, in the process of evacuating tens of thousands of people out of those areas. And I've got some additional information to share with you. And here's another view of the volcano, TAAL Volcano here, and the TAAL Lake, Crater Lake. And here again, from I think there are many different viewpoints that people will take you up to view the lake and the crater. And here again, you can see, you look at all these people living down here. So there's tens of thousands of people living very near the volcano and making a living off of the volcano as well. I think they're fishing in that lake as well. And here's a NASA satellite image, and here again is the volcano within the volcano and the crater lake. And here again, you can kind of see that this area here is developed. There's different people living up along here. People bring tour groups up through here, and I was able to bring that up a little bit further. This is Batangas province down here. Not sure the exact, but tens of hundreds of thousands of people living in all the way around here. So I'm going to the Department of Science and Technology, PhilVolcs, Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology. This is their Facebook page, and I went in here and they were giving an update. Most of it was in Tagalog, so I couldn't understand most of it. And the person doing the recording was using a cell phone, I think, so the sound wasn't very good. But anyway, we appreciate all the information we can get from these folks. And you've got some information down here. A brief waning of activity, and here it is. It's Monday, January 13th at about 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And this thing came out about 4 p.m., so it's very current. The activity waned for a while and then picked up again. They've got like 144 volcanic earthquakes in the TAAL region since 1 p.m. yesterday. So that's a lot of earthquakes. 44 of those earthquakes were felt with intensities from 1 to 4, 1 to 5, Tagaytay City, and Lemery, Santo Tomas, and Talise, Batangas. Batangas is under a state of calamity right now, which means they can start getting funds from the federal government's calamity fund. And anyway, they will continue to monitor that. All you can do is wait and predict a little bit. High-risk areas within the 14-kilometer radius of the TAAL main crater must be enforced. And I think they're expecting over 10,000 people to be directly affected in having to leave those areas. And then let's go down here. There's a map here. The TAAL volcano is south of Manila. Here's the Manila metropolitan area up here. And here's the TAAL volcano. It's a volcano within a volcano. And this province down here is Batangas. Going over here using Google Earth and searching for TAAL volcano. TAAL, I don't say that right. You pronounce both A's. T-A-A-L. TAAL volcano. So let's do a search there, and the volcano is a volcano within a volcano, basically. And see how good our resolution is here. So what you have is, you have this volcano within this volcano, and you have the crater lake here. And 14 miles out is a circumference a little bit outside of the larger volcano. 14, or well, maybe 14 kilometers. Within 14 kilometers across here, you have a population of about 500,000 people. There's that is a more critical danger zone. 17 kilometers around here, a little bit further out, you have a population of close to 1 million people. And I've read a number of different news reports and relief agency reports, and there's always a little bit of, especially when something is in the progress of happening, there is always some discrepancies in information. But anyway, give you an idea where we're at here in relationship to Manila's up here. So Manila's north. I think about 45, 50 miles, I believe. 80 kilometers, something like that, I believe. And of course, it's going to depend on what area, if you measure from the second, from the middle, or what part of Manila you measure to as well. But anyway, at the present time, if you go to windy.com site or our others, you understand that we are in the northeast monsoon time, and most of the wind is coming from the northeast. So the people getting most of the ashfall are to the southwest of the volcano. But at the same time, they've shut down the Manila airport, the main Manila airport, and initially it was just going to be for many hours, but it's ongoing at the present time, I think, because the ash in the air has gone about 2 kilometers in the air, and they've even had ash at the airport, so that can get into the jet engines and create all kinds of havoc. A number of years ago, Iceland had a volcano, and it even affected a lot of airline traffic, even all the way over into Europe. So how is that going to affect the rest of us? It's interesting. The last 2 days, the last 2 mornings in particular, up till early afternoon, get up, look out the window, and it looked like fog out. And we never get fog. Occasionally get a little bit of haze, but that is very rare. And it wasn't dense fog, but it looked foggy out. And I'm wondering what in the heck is causing that? Some atmospheric thing going on. So I'm wondering if that had some effect. Just the minute amount of ash that reaches, and let's go down here, that might reach the area, and down here, Cebu City, all the way down here. And I would think that the winds would blow it further away from us, but it's possible some could come over this way and create put enough particles into the air and the temperature was low enough, was actually cool the last 2 mornings. Not cool as in relationship to Minnesota or Northern Europe, but it was very comfortable, and that could have been the cause of the fog that we had. So, and just another story. When I came here in 2015, after I was here a couple of months, the skies up here became very hazy, and right away I started asking people, "Where's the fire?" You know, I'm sure it's smoke, and people say, "Oh no, there's no fire. It's just haze. That's all it is." And it turned out that Indonesia down here, and as well as Malaysia, were having fires in their fields. It was the middle of a drought, and everything was dry, and they burned a lot of the crop residue off, and took a couple of weeks before the experts agreed with me that indeed it was the fire from down in this part of Southeast Asia. Not sure the exact areas, but coming all the way up here. And it happened again this year in 2019. We had a month or a little bit longer with quite hazy skies. So we have the northeast monsoons, so the winds are coming this way, blowing the ash this direction, and occasionally more easterly type winds. Now, many years ago, as I was looking at maps and data about the Philippines, and I read about the TAAL volcano, and how it was such, you go up in elevation, and that's what you do. You go up in elevation as you take these roads, and you go towards the TAAL volcano area. And I wondered to myself, why would anybody be building developments on the side of a volcano? Well, because it's cooler, because you can, because you can build developments. Humans build developments in places that are at risk. The TAAL volcano here is one of the most active volcanoes in the Philippines. Although I think the last big eruption was in 1977, and then early in the century, I think they had one that killed 1,300 and some people, I think. But even in the last couple of weeks, there have been news reports about volcanic activity, the earthquake volcanoes, the earthquakes around the volcano becoming more frequent, and they were warning people because people are setting up shop here and being tour guides and wanting to show the people, bring the people as close as they can to view the volcano and the lake. So there's many people living in that area, making money off of that area. But my question always was, why would you build a development on the side of a volcano? Okay, I've zoomed in here a little bit. Here is the crater lake here and the volcano off to the lower right. And here's Talise, and there's pictures online of people being covered in volcanic ash. And let's just see what's here. Club, there's a club. Here's a villa, a Econo Inn there within the danger zone. And you can see here as you zoom into these areas, look at these. Look at these. These are developments. These are houses and schools, and right on the edge, right in the danger zone. So you're going to have tens of thousands of people needing to evacuate that area, and we'll see what happens in the next few days. Another hotel there. Now, how is that going to affect your travel in the coming weeks and months if the volcano continues to erupt and throw up ash? Your flight may be diverted up here to Angeles. Angeles, depending upon I don't know how much. They're trying to develop that into more and more a larger secondary airport. They're also there are plans to expand one or two airports in the Manila area. And whether they can take very much traffic this time, I doubt it. But your flight will be diverted someplace. You've got to land someplace sooner or later. But something to keep in mind. One reason not to fly directly into Manila. The last time I went to Vietnam, I did not fly through. It was cheaper to fly into Manila from Cebu City and then on to Vietnam. But I don't like the Manila airport. It's so I paid a little bit more, and I flew to Taiwan instead, and from there on to Vietnam. Same thing coming back. At this point in time, all we can do is wait and see what this volcano is going to do, if it's going to throw up a big eruption or not. Anyway, keep that in mind as you travel. Safe travels, and thank you for watching. Please like the video, share the video, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.